Now, you might not be aware of this, but there is a large milestone that has recently happened in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes that everybody missed, myself included. How did nobody realize that it was my 6-year anniversary recently? Now, I don't tend to do videos like this, sort of giving an update on the status of my account, because genuinely I don't think people give two hoots about how much money I've spent on the game and how much Chirotech that I might need. Turns out I need no Chirotech, and I've spent enough money to buy myself a professional-grade espresso machine. Way back in the early days of my Galaxy of Heroes career, back in June of 2018, Galaxy of Heroes was a very different place, and I was a very different Scribble. For one thing, I had hair, and another thing, I was the greatest free-to-play player that this game has ever seen.
Well, actually, I think if you really dig into the numbers, you'll see pretty clearly that...
Shut up, Calvin, with your perfect head full of hair and your beautiful complexion and your handsome good looks. Nobody was asking you. Anyway, way back in 2018, I was a purist. I was one of those vegan representatives that would tell everybody who would talk to me about Galaxy of Heroes that yes, I was indeed a free-to-play player. I went one step further than your average free-to-play gumbo, and I actually made a video series on how to be successful as a free-to-play player that has probably still actually got some nuggets of information in it that is quite marginally useful, and probably a lot that is incredibly outdated, and probably prompts me to try and make that guide again despite my newly acquired status as King Whale. I'm not nearly a King Whale, let's be honest. There did come a time around 2022 when somebody on Twitch, and that somebody on Twitch shall remain nameless, Xaereth, just gifted me a bunch of money to buy a discounted Hyperdrive bundle. That's right, one of the first offerings in which the Hyperdrive bundle was slashed in half, down from $100 to like £45 or something like that. That's right, Xaereth, the kraken that swims in the deep, dark, murky waters of Camino, did raise his tentacles and gifted upon to me a Hyperdrive bundle, and thus started the slippery slope of Scribble's free-to-play descent into whaledom. But before we look into those whaley aspects, I just want to take a look at an overall stance of where my account is as of today, the 26th of September 2024. I'm going to look back on this in 2 years' time and think, I was only 12.2 million, what a baby child that Scribble boy was. He was barely born, he didn't even know it. We're going to take a look and see just how much gear I actually really need to finish off my farming. Now, from the perspective of which characters do I need to unlock, the only ones that I really need to unlock are Ezra, the new conquest unit that isn't even available at this point. I have literally unlocked everything. Now, they're not all 7 stars, but everything is unlocked at this point. Now, Hot Utils has got this rather handy area over here called farming. It doesn't let you farm anything, it just tells you how long you have on certain farms within the game. It's got some very useful stuff. So, total gear progress. Gear that I need essentially to take everything in the entire game up to relic levels. If we just sort by total needed over here, it should come as no surprise to many of you at home that Mark III Carbanti salvage, the biggest bottleneck in the game as far as how many is this actually required in total across the entire game in order for you to actually complete everything, it is the biggest in the game. You need a total of 63,750 Mark III Carbantis. That is a lot of Carbantis, that is a lot of Mark I Guild Raid currency token things. Now, I have had 94% of all the Carbantis that I need in the game. I'm most of the way there. But I still need another 4,074 Carbantis to finish off. Similarly, stun cuffs and stun guns are the next biggest thing in the game that we actually need, and for me, I need about 2,300 or 2,400 stun cuffs and 1,200 of your stun guns. Now, I'm not worried about those at all, because Mark I raid currency, which you get about 16,500 of every single time we do a raid, so that's every 6 days, it does mean that you'll be able to finish off those in a relatively short amount of time, so I don't think it's anything to be worried about. I think, from my perspective, I'm basically there, right? I'm basically there, it feels like. Now, what might come as a surprise to you at home is one thing that is curiously absent from all of this is the Chirotech. Chirotech Shock Prod Salvage and Battle Comp Salvage. I need 0. Total needed, 25,900 of the computers, 35,000 of the shock prods, and I have used 32,850 of the shock prods and 24,750 of the battle computers. Yet I have a stockpile of over 2,000 of each of them, so I don't actually need any more Chirotech. I've finished Chirotech. I mean, obviously, new characters will come out and they'll need between 400 and 700 or 900 Chirotech, and I'll be like, booyah, I've got it. Now, there are characters in my roster that I haven't upgraded. There are characters that are not even Gear 12. There are characters that are not relicked, but it's not many. I would probably estimate about 20 or 30 characters that I haven't yet taken up to relic levels, and God forbid I look at how much signal data I need. That will actually make me cry, especially if I was to take them all to relic 9. That's never going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. But it's nice to say I can look at this and say, I've got an influx, I've got an overflow. My cuppeth overfloweth with Chirotechs right now, and that makes me a very happy little sausage, a little bean, a little golden star that I can put on my chest. I'm going to tell everybody I meet in town, by the way, did I tell you I don't need any more Chirotech? And then I'll saunter away with a joyful skip in my step whilst they look at me in probably puzzlement and perhaps calling the local authorities. The remaining gear that I really need is some of that high-level Gear 12 plus gear, as well as some of the more awkward bits of purple gear, like these Nubian security scanner salvages and the Mark V fusion furnaces. Again, these ones are relatively accessible with Guild raid currency, so I'm not too worried about it. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the gear state of my account. It's actually in a pretty good position, I'd say. I can take every new character that unlocks basically straight up to Gear 11 or into the relic levels as I'm required and have a good time playing it. Let's take a look at ability materials though, because this is where things get a little bit disgusting. So what is my most bottlenecked ability material? Of course it's Omicrons, guys. Omicrons are very, very slow to drip feed into the economy. They don't exactly throw these at you. Yes, you can wail on these things, but it's not something that I personally choose to wail on very often because it's expensive and it could take you a long time and a lot of money to get through. So, ability Omicrons, you need a total of 2,650. Note this is if you wanted to apply literally every single Omicron in the game, and there are dozens that I think are not worthwhile, so I'm never going to do that. I've done about 44% of them, and I still need 1,475 Omicron mats. Not too nice, truth be told. The only real whaling I do on Omicron materials is when I buy a new marquee pack. That pack usually comes with 5 Omicron materials in it. I don't tend to buy the big whale packs because it's not something that I have an appetite to whale on. Similarly, Zetas, I still need about 900 Zetas. This is why I was very happy when we recently had, and it's still currently active in fact, the bonus drops within various game modes, one of which, the Cantina Energy, will give you Zeta mats if you have a 7-star Ahsoka Tano Fulcrum. So I'm very happy for that event because it helps me chip away at the missing Zetas that I have. After playing for about 6.5 years or 6 and a few month years, I still need lots and lots of Zetas, and I can only imagine that's going to get worse as the game continues to play. Interestingly enough though, I actually need a whole bunch of Omega materials. Now, I'm not worried about Omega materials in the slightest. I never run out of Omega materials, but if I wanted to level up every single character, I'm still gonna be short about 800 Omegas, 766 if we want to be completely exact, which just boggles my mind. I didn't even think that that would be the case. A large amount of these, of course, will be tied to a bunch of the Zetas that I'm never going to apply. I'm looking at you, Farm Boy Luke. I'm never going to put that Zeta on there, so stop asking me. So when we look at my account and we turn it upside down or we see the characters that are low powered, you can see I've got, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 3, that's, 240,000, also known as 24 individual characters at the moment that either haven't got all their stars, Tusken Warrior is the only character that I've not 7-starred, or are not at relic levels. It's not a heck of a lot, and generally when I look at these, I don't think that there's anybody here that's really worthwhile in gearing up. Sure, you could argue things like Kira for TB, you can argue things like Snowtrooper to help out your Iden, you can argue things like Bodhi Rook because he is the pilot, you can argue things like Tusken Warrior because Tuskens are actually a decent faction, you can argue things like Xaereth Rebel Pathfinder because there's a half-decent tank and a Rebel fighter team, but ultimately it comes down to these characters are trash, and I'm not going to invest in them. And then, of course, there's Jawas. If there was a tier below trash, that's where they would sit. Now, I think there's one or two characters like Tuscan Chieftain and Tarful over here that also haven't really been invested in, but that's kind of it. Everything else in my roster is kind of done. But we know that the biggest whales in the game have got about 15 million GP, so we know that there's still about 2.8 million's worth of GP that your boy Scribble has got left to try and eke out of his roster, and that's absolutely fun. So we're going to get onto the second part of this little video here that we're just having just a bit of fun with, ladies and gentlemen, and that's about how much of a whale am I? How much money has your boy Scribble figuratively peed up the wall wasting on pixels? Because let's face it, this is not a we say investing in our, it's not an investment, guys. It doesn't give you money. I mean, it does give me money because I am a content creator, guys. I make videos, YouTube then pays me money, and it's the circle of life. Basically, YouTube gives me the money, I throw it in the game makes me videos, the videos go on YouTube, YouTube gets watched by, you know, at least 2 people, and then I get money from advertisements for, I don't know, Rogaine. They know their demographic. So basically, when I talk about the money that I've spent into this game, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, that I am a content creator. I need to be investing in this in order to make additional videos. Well, I don't need to. I choose to invest it to make different videos, and that money then sort of loops back round and feeds into it. I don't advocate spending stupid amounts of money on a mobile game. Only ever spend money on this game that you are willing to lose forever, because that is essentially what you're doing. It's a hobby. Spend your money wisely, guys, and don't spend outside your means. That's an important thing. But how much money have I spent unwisely? Let's go check it out. And this is where it all began, ladies and gentlemen. In the 2nd of May 2022, we spent £44.99, and that was on our Hyperdrive bundle. Hyperdrive bundle is what started it. You see then on the 10th of May, we spent an extra $8.99, most likely on a relic cargo package, and then a relic cargo, and a relic cargo, and a relic cargo package, and a crate of crystals. So let's add all this up. I'm just going to start adding it up, and we're going to go through this one by one, line by line, baby. $8.99, $8.99 plus $44.99, and then Galactic Upgrade Kit 2, $6.99, and then plus $12.99, and then plus $8.99. Oh my god, how much money did I spend in like a month? Plus $17.99 plus $8.99. Oh my god. Oh my god. And a chest of crystals plus $17.99 plus $8.99 plus $8.99 plus $44.99. Is that another half a crate of crystals? Oh my god. So we're through to the end of June, guys. Let me know in the comment section how much you think I've spent in basically 2 months on this game. I'll bring it up now. Yeah, I might have done a couple of typos there, but roughly about 340 of your British pounds. Moving swiftly on then, Relic Cargo Package, plus $8.99, plus $8.99, plus $8.99, all on Relic Cargo Packages and Small Galactic Cargo Crates. I think this is the stuff that gives you Chirotech. Gives you Chirotech and like signal data. It comes in once a week on a Monday. A crate and a Vault of Crystals, because one wouldn't be enough. $44.99 plus $89.99. Why was I spent? And that was in a week. Oh my god. And then we've got Galactic Upgrade Kit plus $6.99 plus $8.99 plus $8.99 plus $8.99. We're up to November now, 7th of November 2022. Large Galactic Upgrade Kit again, $17.99 plus $8.99 in November 2022. Another small cargo package over here, $8.99, $8.99, $8.99. Just nickel and diming my way. Okay, so at the end of 22, and don't forget, we only started spending in May. We'd already spent nearly £600. This is kind of crazy. It's more than I've ever spent on a game before, that's for sure. Plus $8.99, like January 2023, kicking it off. You can see there's far less spending here, but I have thought of a rather disturbing element to this that we will discuss. We can see the Relic Cargo package has actually increased in value by a whole £1. That's rather sneaky of the people at CG. I swear I remember it being $8.99 back in the day, plus $9.99, plus $9.99. Obviously, they have increased. I mean, inflation catches us all. Inflation certainly catches us all off guard. $8.99, $9.99. Oh my days. Where are we going with this? Okay, and then there's Home. Home was a wonderful game that I tried to I tried to see if there was any capacity there for that game to kick off, much like Galaxy of Heroes. Turns out no, so I wasted a good chunk of money, but that's not what we're looking at today. Plus $8.99, plus $9.99, plus another $9.99, $9.99 plus $9.99. Any more things? Oh, no. It looks like I quite frequently spend this $9.99. I imagine a lot of this is the small galactic cargo package, but I imagine there's also an element of there's the battle passes that we have for Conquest and things like that. Chromium Omicron bundles. See, this is one of the few instances where I have bought Omicron bundles. So that's an extra £60 there and an extra £10 on top. Oh my god, that was a busy day, wasn't it? Plus $9.99, plus $29.99, plus $19.99. Oh my gosh. October 2023. Plus $9.99, plus $9.99. Plus $9.99. Oh my days. Getting into December, plus $9.99 again. And then Lightspeed Bundle 8. I wonder which one that was. Was that the Ewok one? Was it the Night Sister one? Plus $29.99, plus $9.99 for the Small Galactic Cargo. Small Galactic Cargo, Chest of Crystals, $9.99, plus $19.99, plus $29.99. Another $9.99. Go, we are flying up here at the moment. Plus $14.99. Oh my god. Plus, oh my god, look at these ability offers. Now this must have been for the, what is it? It was like the Ascension packs that they did. They were really cool. $9.99 plus $2.99 plus $1.99 plus $2.99 plus $4.99 plus $19.99. Oh my days. Then there was a giftable pack. That must have been one of the ones you can gift internally to other players. And then I bought my own one. There's another ability offer there, plus $2.99, plus $1.99, plus $4.99, $4.99, plus $14.99. Oh my days. Okay, and that seems to come to the end of it. The last time that I spent apparently was on the 5th of September, a $14.99 Astromech Cargo 2. Not a clue what that was for, but I guess that's absolutely true. Now the thing that does concern me over here is going through all this is that I play predominantly, at least now, on the PC client. And I know I've done a lot of spending through the direct web store where I've been buying like vaults of crystals. And that's like come directly from my account and not through Google Play. Before we even go into that, let's just have a quick look at how much that total was. Let me know how much you think the total is. I don't know if this was right, but at 1,072 looks about right. Over $1,000, and that's not including direct sales. I'm going to go and check out my bank statements. I'm not going to show them on the stream. I'm going to tally up everything I can see, and I'm going to add it to this total. Okay, so I've tallied it all up, and I'm hoping that I made a mistake somewhere. I might have spent just shy of £3,000. Don't tell Mrs. Scribble. Don't tell Mrs. Scribble, but £2,882, give or take. You know, a couple of pounds, pennies. That is a lot of money, man. Oh my god. I was expecting a big figure. I wasn't expecting quite that big. I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, I look at it one way, it's like this is a business expense for me. I look at it the other way and I think, if somebody told me I was going to spend £3,000 on a game, I would tell them to take a hike. Do you know what I mean? But definitely, I have. Now, I've definitely made more money than that doing my YouTube videos, doing live streams and stuff like that, and through sponsorships and things like that. Certainly, but I'm still surprised. It's very easy to lose track of how much money you're actually spending on these things. So I'll just reiterate, guys, it's completely fine for you to spend money on whatever you want, but make sure that you are spending within your means and not losing track of things. Very easy to spend a boatload of money. But I guess until the very next video, peace out, and may the Force be with you.